The CISI Code of Conduct has, of course, been around for a while, and it's been drawn on by members of the CISI during the time since its existence to help them when they face a dilemma, an ethical or a behavioural dilemma that could compromise them in the workplace. And it gives them a frame of reference to turn to help them get through that particular challenge. And we have made some changes to the code, as it has been around for a while, and we've revised it in line with what we call the HOPFA framework, which is ensuring that the code is honest, open, transparent and fair in all the principles that it sets out.
Honesty is such a simple phrase, and you must imagine that we all know how to use that in everyday life without thinking about it. However, I believe it needs more consideration than that in a professional capacity. Every day we have to think about our interactions, what customers might glean from the things that we say and do, things that are implied, and we must ensure that nothing is inadvertently presented in a way that could miscommunicate to customers.
Well, open has a very wide definition, so I think we need to, I certainly for this purpose need to hone down and say it means two things to me. And one of them is when I'm sitting with a client, I have to listen to them. I have to be open to ideas, to their thoughts, because that in turn allows me to make the proper decisions for the clients. And then the other piece is when I am reading back or discussing something with a client, being open says that I have to, for me it's honesty. It's honesty and transparent and unrestricted in what I am discussing with them, being frank. And that is, I think, very important.
I think a good example within our industry is regarding financial promotions, where we're asked to make sure that they're clear, fair and not misleading, i.e. we try and have the benefits and the risks in the same type of size of letters, and we make sure that we paint a good picture so everybody can understand how it is that we've made our decisions, either for ourselves or to help other people. And I think it also enables the people who are seeing our decisions, whether they're our customers or our business partners or our regulators, they can have confidence in that we've made the decisions in a clear way. And so that whenever we have a particular tricky dilemma, I think we need to just pause slightly and take the time to make sure that we have unpicked all the ways that we make our decisions and our teams have made the decisions, so that we can feel absolutely comfortable that we've taken into account all those things that we should.
The cursory reading of fairness leads to people thinking that fairness means what's fair to me is unfair to somebody else. I want to challenge that and say that I believe, and I'm going to knowledge transfer an example from my area, which I think is of direct relevance to members, or why fairness can actually be an added value win-win proposition instead. When we take an exam, or if it's coursework, when we prepare an essay, we spend a lot of time and then we get the result. Sometimes we get the result and it might be 54 or 58, and we're thinking, golly, I put all that hard work in, right? Surely it was worth 65 or 70. What's gone wrong? At that point, we feel unfair and we feel unfairly treated. And whenever I see students who feel they've been treated unfairly, they come and see me, and I take them through my very transparent and very clear marking scheme, at the end of which I've never had a student who has said, I still feel unfair. Instead, they've said to me, that's fair. More importantly, they've said to me, that's really added value to what actually my experience has been. when we're dealing with clients, when you're dealing with somebody on issues, if you've actually done your homework, if you've put all your work together, if you've done all your record keeping, if you've actually put a very clear structure, like my marking scheme, of why you've made that recommendation to that client, then actually explains to the client if something's gone wrong, all your preparation, what you've done, I still believe the client might not be completely happy, but they certainly would have felt that they've been fairly treated.
We've changed two of the principles. In particular, we've accentuated how important it is that the client is always foremost in any decision making that a member of the CISI ever has to make. And secondly, we've accentuated that vital principle of confidentiality around data and of course client-related information. And the sort of final upgrade of the whole code to make it more relevant and easier to apply is to connect it to the different stakeholders that we all manage in our daily working lives. There are 7 of them, and when you see the new code, you will see how the principles neatly connect up on a multiple basis in some cases with those stakeholders. So this is a refresh, a revision, and a way of making the code even more relevant to the members of the CISI.